Okay, y'all. So this is the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion part two. Okay, I know I'm late. I know I'm late, but I really just wanted to get this out. So I hope you guys can hear me clearly with the stuff that's going on in my background, like my dryer and my washing machine. But I hope you guys can hear me clearly. I really wanted to get this video out so I can post to part three because it got really crazy. So better late than never, right? So here we are. In the beginning of the story, and I was just like, am I high or they were playing the last episode? Like, I was confused when the episode first came on because I'm just like, didn't I see this in part one already? I was so confused. So let me know, did they add a little of part one to part two? Because I didn't know if I was tripping or what. Like, but when part two came on, I was just like, like did I already see this? I actually kept rewinding it because I tried to figure out if I had already seen it or not. So we get into the mess or whatever, and it's still Teresa and Melissa. Unfortunately, going back and forth. Unfortunately for the viewers, because we are tired at this point. So Danielle talking about this is petty, guys. This is petty. And I'm just like, you're the wrong one to say something is petty when you were just having this petty ass argument with Rachel. Like, you're the wrong person. You're the wrong person to call some petty. Right? I mean, Danielle. Like, the story you're giving us with your brother is petty. Nobody believes it. It's more to the story. And then your argument that you just had with Rachel about her telling the group what you said or whatever like that was petty. So for you to sit here and say, this is petty between Teresa and Melissa, baby, that's the pot calling the kettle black, whatever they say. Well, I was just like, look who talking. I also said, I'm glad Dolores came up to Rachel's defense. Was like, Rachel was talking about adoption a long time ago. So I believe Rachel and Dolores has been long friends for, a long time. And I believe they said that on what am I trying to say? I believe they said that in the beginning when they introduced Rachel that she has been a friend to not Margaret. She has been a friend to Dolores for a very long time. So I definitely appreciate it, and I definitely, clap my hands, when Dolores is just like, Rachel has been talking about this adoption because how it can seem just from everybody being clout chasers nowadays, it can seem like people can get on TV just to do a certain thing. And you just never know with people. And with us not knowing Rachel, it did kind of get that feeling like, let's check her out. Is she just doing this? Because the boy is about 17, 18, 16. So it's just like, is she just doing this for the show? But there was some type of reassurance that Dolores was like, no, she's been talking about this for a very long time. She advocated for Rachel, and I was just like, thank you. Like, we needed that. Like, we as viewers needed that. So go, Rachel. Like, I think that is a dope thing to do. I guess we get later on down the line and somebody tried to actually contact the mother, but I hope they did. I hope they wasn't successful with that. I hope genuinely, if Rachel is genuinely doing the right thing by that child and she's genuinely telling the truth about being in that child's life for as long as she said, and she's genuinely telling the truth about the mother just not being an active participant in that child's life, then yes, adopt that child. Go for it, Rachel. And I'm because I got to do my review on part three as well. So I'm already like knowing what I'm gonna say about part three. So it's kind of hard to backtrack and do a part two before you do a part three. You're already prepared for the part three. You already thinking in your head the final conclusion of these ladies, but I'm trying to stick to the part two of this, reunion for this video. So yes. Um yeah, so I like Rachel. I said all that to say that I like Rachel. I hope she comes back next season. Danielle, I don't care for. I think she tries too hard to give out this Jersey girl type of aura. Like, girl, nobody give a fuck about that. Like, be yourself. Like, that's what makes you great. Like, Make Housewives, I hate to say this, but make Housewives great again. Like, what happened? What happened to the luxury? Like, we need to get back to that. And that's, I feel like, why so many YouTubers are, branching off and just saying stuff like, you know, what happened to Housewives, what's going on with the franchise. Like, they need some real people in there, and they need to, I don't know, like, I just feel like make Housewives great again. Like, I want to see, like, when these, the best part of the, and I'm getting so sidetracked and I'm getting right back on it, but the best part of watching Housewives shows to me is like my favorite part of the season is when they go on vacation. That's my favorite part of the season. Like, I love seeing stuff that I can't do right now. Like, it just inspires me. Like, so I just wish Housewives got back to that instead of all this little cattiness Melissa and Teresa got going on. Like, what is this? What are we doing? Why is Andy screaming to the top of his lungs? We're gonna talk about that later. So back to Rachel. Yes, I like Rachel. Rachel, come back next season. I like you. Come back next season, and I like you. Period. So Louis is an asshole. Louis is an asshole for even getting in that family business. Everybody know family, to a certain extent, family and business don't mix to a certain extent. But Louis, you are a newcomer to the group. Like, what are you doing? Like, I understand Joe Judice, but you've been here for a split second, and I feel like people fail to forget that. Yes, y'all trying to compare him, like, oh, it was bad then, it's bad now, like it's the same thing. But no, like Joe Judice seemed like he grew up in that family. Like the mom, the dad loved him. Like the dad was putting Joe Judice over his own son. Like Louis could never. So it's just not a comparison. Louis is doing a lot in a small amount of time, I believe. Like getting all involved into the family business, like that's just too much. Like, why are you even involved? Chill out. Like Louis been on go since he came on the scene. So, I thought Melissa was giving it to her this whole part of the part two of the reunion. She kept being on Teresa's neck, like period. Like, and Teresa just sounds stupid. Every time she responded, she just sounds like an idiot. She was just like, namaste, 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 don't take my line. Like, it was so catty. Like, it made you, it seemed like you was in a tennis match, like back and forth, like your head was back and forth. But it just seemed like a catty high school argument between some high school girls. It was so high school. Like, Melissa, you would have looked harder or just letting Teresa expose herself. Like, and I only know, I understand it's only so much you can take, but it's just like she wants that from you. So you just giving her what she wants. I wish Melissa understood that. So she was just like, namaste, 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 don't take my line. I'm like, what are we doing? How old are we? These ladies are older than me, and you can't even pay me to be up there doing it. Like, what? So, and then we go to, Jennifer Fessler. She comes out and no, this is not Jennifer Fessler. Sorry. So this is just Jennifer. Sorry. Jen Fessler is Jen Fessler, but this is Jennifer. No, this is Jen Fessler. I'm sorry, y'all. So Jen Fessler comes out, and she looks so young. Like she looks so good. She looks so skinny. Like I was just like, oh, nice. Like she wasn't big before, but she looked good. Like her and Market look like they lost weight, like good weight. Like not you look sick lost weight. They look like they, like good lost weight. Like so I was just like, yes, Jennifer Flessler. So yeah, she said she got her face done, her nose job. I was like, okay, girl, like do you. So Jennifer slept with, don't let me get his name wrong, but the man off the Sopranos or whatever. I didn't know that. I don't even remember her saying it in the season, but I could have just passed by it, like bypassed it, whatever. So yeah, so she was talking about that and how we was, viewed from the audience, and she was just saying how she enjoyed the show, how she had to get her work done. She just made a little joke, like I didn't know if I was coming back for next season, so I had to make the first time the best. Like she was like, but maybe after the ladies see themselves on television, they feel, maybe I should fix this, maybe I should fix this, maybe I should fix this. So kudos to Jennifer, Jen Fessler, whatever makes you feel good, I'm all for it. As long as it's not gonna harm you, as long as it's not life threatening, whatever makes you feel good. So I thought she looked good. I thought she looked good. She came out there looking like a different woman. Like I was like, okay, girl, I like it. I like it. So, um, yeah, I just said I don't know why Dolores want to lose weight though, but I don't know. Like when I was talking to Jackie and they was talking about like some type of medicine, I forgot the name of it, but Dolores want to lose weight, and then when they show her or pan her at the Watch What Happens Live with Andy, she looked skinny there. She was like, yeah, yeah. I don't know what she was answering, so I guess whatever she be taking, like the medicine or whatever. But I was just like, Dolores, why you want to be skinny? You just got a little booty, like you just got thick. You look like a black girl at this point. Like, why you want to be skinny? Like, I was just so confused. Like, I was just whatever floats your boat. Like when you get on that TV screen, I can understand. Like it's a lot of things, but it just feels like it's never ending. That's what it just seems to me. Like in the like people that do it, it just seems like they always find something. Like Dolores looks amazing. Like why do you have to lose weight? But that's my opinion. I'm not in Dolores' body. I'm not in Dolores' mind, so I don't know. Just in my opinion, like everybody would kill to look like Dolores. Come on now. So I don't think she needs to lose weight at all. Dolores looks amazing the way she is right now. Booty and all, baby. Booty and all. So Jackie's talks about, how it was hard for her, this season when, as she's going through her, transition in her life with you know, everybody knows what she's going through. I don't want to miss say it but from what I can remember or what I can gauge, her experience going through her trying to lose weight, her journey. I can't remember what it's called, but yes. So basically, she was just saying, I thought, they just put. I really don't know why I thought they put her as Jackie as a friend of. I thought Jackie was a good cast person. I don't know. I didn't know if it was like the allegations from last year. It was just too much. I don't think they happened last year. Did it happen last year or the year before last? But whenever it happened, I don't know why they put her as a friend of. I thought she was doing too much with Danielle because she was just trying to get her, her part. I mean, her, position back. But I don't know why I thought they put her as a friend of. But she explained in the reunion to me that that's what she was going through. So it was kind of hard for her to do that in the show. So that's why she kind of took this step back. And then she's been writing her book. Jackie looks good. Jackie looks like she's in good spirits. She looks like she's damn more peaceful than people making up rumors, putting it on her husband on this damn show. When people let's not backtrack because when people already got real rumors that needed to come out on their husband, we was back there and Teresa was putting, rumors on Jackie and her husband, her poor husband. They have nothing to do with nothing. But that's another story for another day. We're not gonna backtrack. We're not gonna backtrack. We're gonna keep forward. Okay. So yeah, so Jackie's book is called, The Way of Beautiful. And I thought that was a very nice title. I thought that was a very beautiful title. And I kudos to Jackie. Kudos to Jackie. So I hope everything goes well for her. For real, for real. Like Jackie looks good. Everybody looks amazing. Let's start out with that. Everybody looks amazing. I don't care for Danielle, y'all, but everybody looked amazing. Like from their, not even how they dress, like just them as a person. So I felt like Louis is ready to be on TV. I don't know what nobody say. I don't care what Teresa say. I think Louis is ready to be on TV, baby. I think he's been waiting for this moment. He looked like he was backstage, like, yeah, yeah, I'm here. I made it. I got it. Everything I said I was gonna do, I'm gonna do it. Like I feel like he planned this. It just like he was so prepared. The men don't be as ready as he be ready. Like and just how knowing how involved the men is in real housewives of New Jersey, like it just seems like he was just, oh yeah, I can't wait to get out here. Like it didn't seem like Louis was stressing the thing. Teresa, your heart beating as soon as you get to the reunion. But Louis, he's ready for war. He's prepared. I'm just like, Louis is a joke. Louis is a joke. So now we get into, you can tell Margaret got very, I didn't know Margaret ex-husband passed. And I guess Jane is the ex-husband that, she stepped out with, her current husband. I forgot his name. But I was like, that's him, he passed. Like, oh my God. But Margaret was very emotional about it. I need to keep up with what be going on in New Jersey because I don't be knowing, like, outside of what they put on the TV screen, I don't be knowing what be going on. So I was like, dang, that's so sad, Margaret. And I follow Margaret. I didn't see that, but I was like, dang, Margaret, that's so sad. But she was just talking about how hard it was, with the funeral and stuff like that. But talking about her relationship, blah 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 blah. So, but she did get very emotional. She did get very emotional when talking about, him and their relationship with their kids and how the daughter and her relationship is still like, rocky. So prayers up to Margaret, prayers up to Margaret, and yeah. So, and then when she started touching on Rachel's adoption and how she thought it was a beautiful thing, that was amazing. Like you can really tell Margaret really felt it in her soul. And kudos to Margaret and Rachel because I really that whole scene when Margaret was just like, yeah, like she was just like, you whatever you're doing, like I wish I had an opportunity to do that, because when Andy asked Rachel, like, did Margaret give you any advice on this? So when Margaret was explaining, like, I wish I had the opportunity to do that, and she was getting emotional, like I felt it, So praise to Margaret and Rachel, and I hope everything just goes well with them. But Margaret looked fine back in the day when they was talking about, her and how her ex-husband looked. They were showing pictures of her and Jane, and I was like, "Oh, Margaret, like, oh, baby, you look, oh, you cool now, but you was it back in the day, Margaret. Okay, girl, let me find out, girl. Let me find out, girl." But yeah, so it's just like dumbass. Let me not call her dumbass Teresa. It's just like Teresa makes my ass itch. Like she does. She really bothers me through the TV screen. She's on the TV and she really gets to me. Like, cause she just be acting like a dumbass. Like when Margaret and when Andy started getting on the part about Laura and Margaret was talking about Laura and they was talking about, the situation that happened and the rumor. Now we're talking about the rumor. So we was talking about Laura or whatever, and Teresa dumbass talking about, no, you tried to get her on the show after Margaret already said, I tried to get this girl on the show. Like, but that was becoming more important than our friendship. So she was saying that. Literally after she said that she tried to get the lady on the show, Teresa turned around and say, no, you tried to get her on the show. Like, you sound stupid. Like, that's how you know she don't listen and digest what people are saying before she speaks. She just listened to speak again. I would never want to be that grown and not digest what somebody saying to me. Like, listen to hear. Don't listen to speak. If listening to speak was a person, it would be Teresa. That's why she sounds so stupid when she says stuff like, "You too grown." And I hate to be that hard on her, but she is. Like, she really irks me. This is not a Teresa stand count at all. At all. Whoever is going along with this, Teresa is the head of Bravo, Hebrew Housewives of New Jersey. Whoever made her star, we need to have a discussion. Because not in my book. Not in my book. Okay? Okay. So, yeah. So, Teresa dumbass. So, knowing Melissa already knew about the rumor kind of makes, like, it just makes it all look like for TV. Like it makes it all look like they did all this for TV. Like we this whole time we've been thinking like Jennifer been playing in our face like this was a well kept secret, and this whole time Melissa knew. What? So the whole thing that just happened this season with Danielle, you would if literally we would have known in the beginning that Melissa knew, you wouldn't have had no whole half of the season, like because it would have been done for. Like Melissa knew already, so like, what are we doing? Whatever, whatever. And it just makes Danielle seem even more crazy than she already is because you was doing all that hooping and hollering when it wasn't even your issue to begin with. And then knowing behind the scenes that they already told the girl, I know that make you look small. I know that make you feel small. It has to. It has to. It gotta make you feel small. Because, girl, what? And it got to the point, and if you haven't realized in my reviews, like I just pinpoint like what was like I really just highlight the, episode, like, or the reunion or whatever it is. I like to just like highlight. So I'm not just like saying things. I just like pinpoint exactly what I think was important, and just talk about it. So whatever. But I just felt like for Andy to have to scream to the top of his lungs regarding, Melissa and Teresa exchange, like I just was like, for him to have to scream this loud, it's just, that's a problem. We need to really figure out, like when they said Carlos King had to fly to Huntsville and have a meeting and get us together and let them know the real, like behind cameras, like we can't keep doing this. I hope that's happening behind the scenes because we can't keep doing this. We're tired. Like we are tired. If you ain't heard nobody else say it, we tired of this Melissa and Teresa. We've been experiencing this for years. And personally, not me, because I just started Jersey probably in college and I binged it fast. But ever since then, I've been tired. Okay? I've been tired. Like, can we get something new? Something, very much something. And I feel like if y'all feel like y'all don't want to be bothered with each other, cool. Cool. Let's act like each other. I'm agreeing with Joe, and I'm kind of moving ahead, but let's act like each other don't even exist. Maybe Teresa, you're right, because at this point, if it's not better yet, it's never gonna get better. At this point. So let me take myself out of the equation and do what you do. Now, would that be lead the show for Melissa or Teresa? I don't know, but Melissa, obviously, you always have to be the bigger person anyway. So I feel like be the bigger person and just ignore. Like I know it's hard, but just act like she's not even there. And that Aries in you should be able to do that. Melissa, you're my Aries sister. So I don't understand why. And I feel like you have ignored as much as possible. And it's just like a breaking point for you. Melissa, I understand Melissa because that's my Aries sister. So I understand that like you at a point that like I kept doing it. I keep trying to, you know, ignore. I keep trying to bypass it, but enough is enough. Like this is like enough is enough. So I feel like that's where Melissa is when it comes to Teresa at this point. So I don't know what's gonna have to happen. I really don't, but something is gonna have to happen because us keep watching this. Like I remember before this season even started, I was watching a YouTuber, and his name he reviews like Housewives, and his name is like I am Raphael or something like that. But he said I was watching him on Potomac, and he was just saying how I'm not reviewing Jersey because I can't stand to review another season with Melissa and Teresa. And he said that in the beginning of this is before the season even started. This is before we even seen it. And I'm just like, you just proved him right. Like, I'm glad I didn't review the whole season of just Melissa. And the whole season was not just that. Like, it was barely that. I feel like it's all just coming out right now at the reunion for real. But, I mean, it was that. It was. It was that. I don't know what's going to have to happen. Yeah, I don't know. This is bad, though. Like, I agree with Frank saying it's never been like this. Like, I don't know about agree or disagree because I put down on the paper that I disagree with Frank, that it's never been this bad before. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like Joe Dice can't be compared to Louis. Like, Louis is out of pocket on a lot of things he do. Like, I don't think Joe Dice was ever out of pocket as much out of pocket as Louis, even when he fought Joe Gorga. I feel like it was more like a brotherly fight. Like, I feel like if Joe Gorga and Louis fight, it would seriously be pressure. Like, it would seriously be pressure behind it. Like, but when it comes to Joe Gorga, I feel like it's just different. And I hate that people were trying to compare the two marriages. I really do. Like, this man have history with this lady. This man, they daddy love Joe. How soon did we forget? Like, they daddy love Joe. Why are we comparing this marriage to the last marriage? What's being worse? This is worse. This is worse to me. This is worse. So I did put out in my notes that I disagree with Frank, and I don't know if I have a difference of opinion after we see like part 3 and get on the show. But now it's just like, yeah, it is. It's bad. It is. It's bad. It is bad because we at a point of like we're tired. Like, we don't even want to see it no more because it's how tired we are. So something is gonna have to change. I don't know. They still didn't. Yeah, Andy was screaming. Like, he kept having to scream. They still didn't give a fuck. They still didn't give a fuck. They was like, oh well, I'm gonna I need to say. Everybody, they had to have the last word. And I hate Melissa even just gave Teresa that. Like, you should have just kept knowing what you was doing all season. Ignoring the girl like she don't even exist. Okay, you right. But at the same time, how long will you let her paint this narrative? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So Jennifer goes into how, she love her marriage and she's so happy in her marriage and she won't change it for anything in the world, you know? So, I was just like, Jennifer, you look crazy. But she was just explaining that, and let me like hurry up because let's get to the 30-minute part. Okay. So, yeah, she was explaining that or whatever. I'm just like, okay, whatever. So then they go to talking about, her and Margaret's relationship, and they start talking about Jennifer smoking pot or whatever. And then Margaret Margaret was like, I like to have fun. It's nothing wrong with having fun. It's just a problem when you make it a lifestyle. I was like, I don't know if she said it exactly like that, but I was just like, Margaret is a funny as hell. Jennifer was like, she got old lady energy. old lady energy. I was cracking up when Jennifer was saying this shit. Like, Jennifer be having me cracking up, and Margaret be having me cracking up. I love when they be going at it. Like, shit be so funny. So, I guess Margaret's son got called at work, and everybody thinks Louis. And basically, Margaret was like, I want to see his fucking face. And Andy was just like, well, you're about to see it now. So, yeah, Louis done hired a private investigator. I thought that's all I really took for this reunion. This review is getting too long. We gonna talk more in part 3. Trust me, I got more to say in part 3. I just wanted to get this part 2 out, just to get it out, just to say I got it out. But baby, we're gonna talk in part 3. I thought it was funny when at the end of this reunion, Louis finally come out. They talk about he belittles you, and she turned around. Teresa turned around and looked at Jennifer face like. First, she asked Jennifer and Dolores. She was like, "He belittles me. He belittles me. He belittles me." Jen Flessler and Jen Flessler. Oh my god, my mouth. Oh my god. But Jen Flessler was just like, "Oh no, don't put me in this." Like her face was just like, "Oh no, don't put me in this. I have nothing to do with this. I am just over here like, girl, you do not want to hear Jen Flessler's opinion. She probably look at you like you damn crazy, Teresa. She probably just." Girl, she knew, so she ain't going up against you. But she's like, oh no, baby, don't put me in this. I was crying. I was crying. So, girl, I don't know what's going on. This something we're gonna get into it in part 3. We just gonna leave this right here, and we're gonna get into it in part 3. So, part 3, check it out as soon as it posts. Hit the notification button so you can be notified when part 3 comes out, because it's coming out right after this, and I have so much more to say. This just needs to get out, but I have so much more to say. Drop down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Part 3 coming soon. Bye.